Blackburn Rovers taking on Watford this next match over at Vicarage Road. It's the big Valérien Ismaël derby. And after the last match, of course, which was a shambles, maybe it's time to mix up the 11. Well, today we're going to figure that out. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. We're taking a look at the starting 11 for Watford. That's right. Who stays? Who goes? What about the new boys? Who goes in? Who doesn't? We'll get into all of that and more in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. You want subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Championship football. Whoa, football. We're going to all here under Warruski. That's right. I think a few changes need to be made for Blackburn Rovers, and hopefully this international break has refreshed the blocks a little bit for Big Val and the coaching staff. Who goes in, who goes out? We'll take a look at that in more in a minute. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons, and of course, big shout out to Eddie to talk about away day travel, where of course you could watch Rovers take on Watford at Vicarage Road on the cheap. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you, Eddie.
Thanks, Dirk. Ewan Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right. Us at Blackburn Rovers Seas hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Appreciate that, lads. Thanks again. Well, appreciate Eddie. We're going to appreciate the lads now as we look forward to the Watford match and talk about what changes we would make to the starting 11.
Well, at the same time, I think that's football, right? If you're not the top teams who are buying these players, that's it. Look at Palace now in the Premier League; they've just lost, half their squad. And look, you've got Adam Ward, you've got Gay possibly leaving, and that's it. The top clubs will pick them, and then they'll look down and take our best players, and then that's just how football works. And yeah, it is annoying, but at the same time, it's how, especially a club like us, that's the only way we can fund ourselves. And we just hope that one day we get the players and they work just enough that we go up, and then we are one of the big fish then, for championship-wise, not Premier League-wise, of course. And then we are able to buy players from here, there, and then we're that team that can hopefully stay up. And that's it. That's all we're hoping for now. We're hoping that we get a consistent, development of these players that we brought in now, that maybe if Campbell goes next season, whatever, we only need to plug one or two holes, maybe improve to a degree, find a gem, and then the rest of the base of the team have leveled up that we can challenge. And that's the hope. That's what half the clubs are now doing after seeing the likes of Derby splash a load of cash and get ruined by it, and Sheffield Wednesday splash a load of cash and ruined by it. They're going for this model because it's PSR safe and all sorts. So yeah, I think that's it is annoying because we're not able to just go and spend a load of money, but it's just the way of where we are at the minute, isn't it? I don't think we can either.
You mute.
Yeah.
You mute. In fact, that's the best thing you've said all podcast.
Wow, Johnsy's been horrible today, hasn't he? He's been on everyone's case.
I'm still in a foul mood from yesterday. You're still on mute.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, no, you're back.
You're there.
I'm back, baby. Back, baby. Been trying to talk for ages. It is the Big Val derby, though. Next up, Watford. So, hey, pick your 11. I've stuck Toff straight in a goal. There's no arguments there. So,
there's my chance.
No way. With that Barnett, with that hair transplant, no way. He's lost it. So who wants to chuck in our left back? Do we want to change Ribeiro for Pickering, or do we want to put Denev down there, or what?
Are we doing our team or predicted team?
Hey, I don't know. Well, you've all
our team.
Do our team then. Your team, your three team.
In there.
What'd you say? Pickering?
I'd be putting Pickering at left back, and I can't believe I'm saying that, Dirk. But Ribeiro frustrated me that much yesterday. Just the amount of times he lost it. And I saw someone on Twitter saying never seen this man have less than a 7 out of 10 the game. And half the comments were people saying, that was yesterday, mate. So, yeah, I thought it was so frustrating yesterday. He's a little faster than Pickering, but in my eyes, he's bang average. He's no Owen Beck, is he?
No. And again, this squad is transfer window permitting, or like as when this gets dropped, who knows? You just don't know. Some of these may be sold. Pickering might be sold. Who knows? We'll see.
I don't think I put Pickering in. That's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to one bad game. I'd stick with Ribeiro. Personally, I think you're right, Jacob. He was really, really frustrating yesterday. But is that because of the kind of high standards that he set? I don't think it warrants putting Pickering straight in at that. But that's why I don't.
Do you really think he's much better than Pickering?
I think he's better. I wouldn't say much better. I think he's better. I think hopefully what we're wanting to create is challenges for each position. So maybe Pickering has raised his game as a result of being a bench warmer. So I'd like to think that Pickering can. I never disliked Pickering. I thought he was he was all right, not as solid, but I prefer Ribeiro if I'm being honest, but. We saw a different side of him yesterday, which, at Hull, I thought he had a great game. He does some good crossing. He's intelligent. He's looking to advance. So, make good decision making and things like that. Just yesterday was toe curlingly poor from him by his standards.
Anyone want to jump in with the next position?
Well, Hyam goes straight in, doesn't he? And therefore, so does Wharton because your man.
Carter not ready by that point? Put Carter in there?
Maybe.
He's injured, isn't he? Oh, no, he's come back now, isn't
he? He is. So, another 2 weeks on the grass, he could potentially be in contention.
So, what do you want to do?
I think Wharton will still go in there. I do think Wharton. Yeah. I just thought I mentioned that just to, sprinkle a bit of. But Wharton's been in and around it for a while now, hasn't he? So, I think he will start ahead of Carter.
Yeah.
If Carter's ready after the international break, I'd be playing him over Scott Wharton. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so would I. But I think just because Scott had, he's played games this season where Hayden Carter, hasn't. He will be more. I think he will put Scotty in just because of he's got minutes in the legs.
He's match ready and match fit, and Carter's probably just
I think Watford might be just one game too soon for him, so he might come on for the last 10-15 minutes. But no, I think it'd be the right thing to do to put Scotty Wharton in there. I like Scotty Wharton as well. Safe pair of hands.
Ryan, sorry, right back.
Maybe we put Hayden Carter up front, for the last 15 minutes.
I'm still thinking of that.
Just a quickie.
Say that again.
Sorry. I think I'm breaking up a bit, but I've seen on Twitter O'Riordan's being praised quite a lot wherever he's on loan, so he might be a player to consider in a year's time or so.
Yeah.
Who's that?
That's Conor O'Riordan. He's at Doncaster. He's
right, yeah.
So when we signed him, all the crew, all the people I knew saying he's hell of a player, such a player. And I'm like, oh right, we've just not seen him whatsoever. It's been such a weird one. How much the amount of people that come to me, crew fans and all sorts of fans saying how good of a defender he is. And he's not had a sniff, he's just not had any look in whatsoever. But hey, you never know.
Next up.
That's kind of what we did with Carter, though, and Scott Wharton. We sent them out on loans, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, Hayden Carter went to Pompey. He went on loan, came back, and he got to the squad. I did put a future Blackburn Rovers squad, and I have him O'Riordan in there alongside Dom Hyam, but I don't think that Dom Hyam will be gone by then. So we'll see. Next up,
Tronstad, obviously.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Sonny,
and it'd be Tavares. I
don't think Baraggi will be match fit by then, will he?
No. Hayden Khan has a better chance than he does, I think, playing. But yeah, I think it'd be Sonny Tavares. I think Cantwell will be through the middle. I think it'll be Ohashi up top.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'd rather give this Good Johnson a go up front. I'll be honest. I think
And
both of them have been so
I think,
poor.
but I think it will be a case of Ohashi gets 50, 60 minutes, and then Good Johnson comes off.
This is our team, Denver. It's our team.
And
It's not what Val wants to do.
it'll be that. So
The only problem with the Icelander is he's going on international duty, so he'd be playing 2 games as well. Ohashi's got his feet up, chilling. So, you know.
See, that's why I put Max Holgate up the front.
Yeah. So
I'd genuinely rather start Maktar than Yuki. Genuinely.
but I think
Away from home, you want an outlet up front just to pump the ball down to. I'd genuinely rather start Maktar.
I think this is the quandary that the whole team struggle with, is because you've got 2 very, very different types of players. You've got Max Targay, that's a big guy that doesn't move as mobile as everybody else, doesn't really drop in and what have you. And then you've got Yuki that will drop back in, try and win the ball and what have you, but chuck it in the middle for Yuki, he's not going to win a lot of headers. So I think we need to go there with a very, very defined game plan. And if it is, that actually, you know what, Maktar, you just stay up front, stay on side, son. But just we don't want to see you anywhere near our half. Or do we go there because we need Yuki and but we need to be a very defined game plan. And maybe this is where the confusion goes, and sometimes that interpretation or the communication from the manager to the team, it's just it's lost in translation, isn't it? So there does seem a disconnect there. Do you know what I mean? And you've got 2 very, very different types of strikers. So maybe you're right. Maybe we just go for the Icelandic guy and just say, listen, just see what you can do, son. But I guess the real quandary in all of this is Cargbo, because as much as I love Cargbo, and I think Denview called it out before, is when a ball comes into him, his first touch then turns into a tackle, doesn't it? His second touch is a tackle. His first touch is that bad that he then has to tackle the guy back for the ball. And it's frustrating, isn't it? He almost boiled my piss as much as Tyrese Dolan did, because there is a player there, but sometimes we can't have it that he's just, he might have one really good game and then a bit of a passenger in 5, or he gets, he gets worked out very, very quickly that he's quick, so then they double up on him and things like that. So I'd probably go with Cargbo myself, but
I think, John, if you called me out on the whole Ribeiro thing, having the one bad game. Personally, Cargwell had an awful game yesterday. He was the worst player on the pitch. He really annoyed me yesterday, but I thought he was brilliant against Hull. I thought when he come on against West Brom, he was the best player when he come on. So dangerous. Got 2 of their players carded in the 20 minutes or so he was on the pitch. I think he's had more positive games than bad games. Yesterday was awful, but that is off the top of my head, that's the only bad game I can say I've seen him play. There's been other games where he's maybe not done much, but
the only thing I'd say, and this isn't a greater than thou kind of comment because I went to Hull and you didn't, because also remember you went to West Brom and I didn't, sort of thing. But against Hull, what you didn't see in the highlights is he still gave the ball away quite a lot. His first touch still wasn't that great. So whilst we only see the highlights, he still wasn't that great. So that puts obviously a little bit more evidence
I
before
was watching it. I was watching it on Sky. I thought he had a good game. I thought, the assist for Hedges was brilliant.
Oh
He
yeah.
had that shot where he put it just wide, and he looked dangerous. I don't know. I thought he had a good game against Hull.
I don't think I think he could have had a lot of a better game. I think he could have hurt them a lot more than he did. I think Hull were a little bit off it, of course, so it made us look better on the whole. But there were times in that game where Carbo could have like if he made the right decision, he could have got past this play. He could have been phenomenal. Ryan. We were singing the praise of Ryan Hedges, how good he looked. Remember how much we were bashing Ryan Hedges a few weeks ago? And like for the Cargo should be like he should be the guy on the side, and he's not at the minute. I expect more from him because of his pace. If you could have Dolan and Cargo and fuse them in, so you could have Cargo's pace and Dolan's trickery, you'd have a hell of a player. But we don't, unfortunately. But
it wouldn't be a Blackburn Rovers, well, would it? If that was the case.
He currently plays for Barcelona. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then of course that's the job that Ismaël has got now. We signed this player. This is an area of his game that is lacking. Let's see if we can improve it. We'll have a really good player and then potentially sell him on to another club, and that's why they're at where they are. Yes, I think we've potentially got a player there, but Carbo in Hull, it wasn't. There was some time, like other than that chance, there was 2 or 3 chances where he'd try and beat a player and then he'd have a heavy touch and then we've lost the ball, or he'd make the wrong decision, make the run at the wrong time, make the poor pass. But then saying that, I thought everyone was singing Cantwell's praises at Hull. I thought he lost the ball way too many times, like way too many times for my liking, and just because we never conceded from those opportunities. We nearly did a few times. We were under the cosh because of the times he lost it. I would have loved to have seen a stat saying how many times he lost the ball compared to the rest of the team. But everyone forgets about that because we won and he scored a goal and got an assist, So, well, potential assist because Ohashi scored it. But yeah, I think that right side, both Ryan and Cargbo, I think both of them have the similar issues in terms of decision making on the ball and that touch. I think we'll lose the ball a lot on that side of the pitch, but hopefully they can come good. But yeah, I think we still start Cargbo though.
We still go for Cargbo.
Yeah.
Would you not be starting Miro on the right?
I've not seen enough of him for me personally to say. I wasn't there on Saturday, and what people have said, not seen enough of him. Is he off to Japan as well in the international break?
No, he didn't get picked up.
Did he not?
Mm-mm.
I mean, none of us have seen enough of him, but his numbers from last season speak for themselves. I think we've got to be starting Hedges, unfortunately, just because he has been quite good the past few games.
Say that again, Jacob. Just want to hear
I know. I must have hit my head. I must have hit my head. I'm saying on this podcast I want to start Ryan Hedges and Harry Pickering next game. I can't believe it.
This is what confuses me about the Max Argay piece, because you're still not going to say, you know what, he's shite, but you're man enough to say, you know what, Hedges has had some good games and what have you. So you're a little bit, you can be bipolar on this a little bit at times, Jacob, because honestly, I never thought I'd hear you say start Ryan Hedges, but credit where credit's due. Maybe he's just an Ismaël player because and different players shine under different managers, and Hedges has been a different player. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for him. I don't know why, because he has frustrated the hell out of me. But there's just, you just look at that team, and there's just. This is why the Championship players, isn't it? Because they've got so much potential. They just don't live up to it, or they're just not consistent enough week in, week out with it. But for me, looking at that team, I honestly believe that we could do well this season. But I just, for whatever reason, I think we're gonna be more mid to bottom than we are going to be mid to top. Is my gut feeling right now, because of what I said right at the start of this podcast, is that it's kind of almost relegation fodder when you play well but don't win, and that against West Brom and against Birmingham was there for everybody to see. We then took all of our frustration out on Hull, and then the less said about yesterday, the better. It was a car crash in slow motion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Can I just say how good of a signing Albiasu's been, by the way? He's just slotted straight in, and as good as a player Britain was, I've not really missed him that much because of how good Albiasu's been, in my opinion.
Thanks again, lads. Thanks again, of course. And yes, Watford are our next opponents at Vicarage Road, and you could also go and see them live, with, of course, some away day travel. But what about some special memories? Have you got any special memories of Rovers taking on Watford? Well, if not, or if so, well, have a listen to Eddie to see how you can help us out with our memory search.
Hey, with Eddie back once again, but this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories, but of course I need more of them. That's right. 150 is a big number and we need some more, and that's where you come in. That's right. Whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own, and then of course together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up the show.
Eddie, thanks again, Superstar Standout. And again, appreciate you guys watching at home. Make sure you subscribe, drop a comment. Anything you can do to help boost the channel is much appreciated. But until then, guys, we're going to rock and roll, and I'll see you soon, whenever that is.